No ordinary Gulf day. Trump tees off with a missile shield deployed nearby for protection. Trump's Gulf day gets a military security twist as an air defense system guards the president. POTUS gulfs under a missile umbrella as heightened fears over Iranian drone threats grow. U.S. Secret Service deploys Avengers near Trump as security concerns rise over possible aerial threats. Trump gulfs under heightened security as fears of Iranian drones add a new layer of protection. U.S. Avenger air defense systems were spotted protecting Trump at Bedminster Golf Club during his August 9th golf outing. Images showed Trump at the final round of a golf tournament in New Jersey, with Avenger systems visible nearby, according to the War Zone. The Avenger systems were positioned behind concertina wire as heightened security surrounded the golf course during the tournament. The White House confirmed the authenticity of images showing an Avenger system position close to Trump during the event. Visuals also showed an Avenger deployed alongside an NN/MPQ-64 Sentinel air defense radar, according to the War Zone. The Avenger is a short-range air defense system, also known as NORAD. It is mounted on a Humvee, giving the system high mobility in combat zones. Its weapons include FIM-92 Stinger missiles and a .50 caliber machine gun. It is designed to defend against low-flying aircraft, helicopters, and drones. The Stinger missile uses infrared homing to track and engage aerial targets. The Avenger is operated by the U.S. Army for mobile battlefield air defense. Its key advantage is fast, mobile point air defense that can quickly protect high-value targets. The heightened security came amid growing concerns over Iranian drone threats and potential attacks targeting Trump. While Trump was at Bedminster, NORAD F-16s intercepted 2 general-aviation aircraft that violated temporary flight restrictions over the area. North American Aerospace Defense Command statement read, and I quote, "NORAD F-16s intercepted multiple general aviation aircraft today that violated temporary flight restrictions over Bedminster, New Jersey. All aircraft were safely escorted out of the area by NORAD aircraft. Pilots, check your notice to airmen, NOTAMs, and FAA temporary flight restrictions." Unquote. The aircraft were safely escorted from the temporary flight restriction zone surrounding Trump's golf course in Bedminster. Trump has previously joked about missile defenses, while publicly saying he was not worried about potential drone threats. The extra security comes as Iran's growing use of drones has heightened concerns over aerial threats against high-profile U.S. targets. Trump has faced multiple assassination attempts, including an armed incident at his Florida golf club in 2024. On August 4th, an armed man was arrested near Trump's Los Angeles golf club after reportedly filming security personnel. An armed man was arrested outside President Donald Trump's golf club in Rancho Palos Verdes, Los Angeles County, on August 4th. The arrest came just 2 days before President Donald Trump was scheduled to visit the golf resort, prompting heightened security concerns. Federal agents alerted local sheriff's deputies after the man was reportedly seen behaving suspiciously near the golf club, according to reports. Investigators said the suspect appeared to be photographing the property and monitoring security preparations around the golf course before Trump's visit. Authorities identified the suspect as 38-year-old Janine John Taylor of Downey, California. Deputies said they found a loaded magazine containing hollow point ammunition in the suspect's pocket at the time of his arrest. Sheriff's Department said, and I quote, "The individual was observed walking throughout the golf course grounds taking photographs and videos and appearing to monitor security planning activities." Multiple notebooks containing statements and radio signal devices were also discovered, unquote. Authorities also recovered a loaded handgun from the suspect's vehicle, which was parked near the Trump Golf Club. A subsequent search of the suspect's home reportedly uncovered an illegally modified AR-style rifle, according to investigators. Officials also recovered a .45 caliber pistol, body armor, high-capacity magazines, and additional ammunition during the search. Investigators said several notebooks containing concerning writings were also seized as part of the ongoing investigation. 2 radio signal devices were reportedly recovered from the suspect's residence along with other evidence, according to investigators. The Sheriff's Department said the suspect was already under investigation in connection with a separate robbery case before this incident. The suspect now faces charges that include robbery, carrying a concealed firearm, and multiple weapons-related offenses. Authorities said there is currently no evidence that the suspect planned to attack President Donald Trump, according to CNN. Investigators stressed that the case remains active as they continue examining the suspect's motive and the evidence collected. President Trump reportedly arrived at the golf resort as scheduled despite the security incident and heightened law enforcement presence. The latest security scare has once again raised questions about the level of protection surrounding President Trump's public appearances. Federal, state, and local law enforcement agencies continue investigating whether the suspect acted alone or had any accomplices. Investigators are now analyzing the seized notebooks, electronic devices, and radio equipment to determine the suspect's intentions. Officials have not announced any direct link between the suspect and any specific threat against President Donald Trump. The incident has placed security arrangements surrounding President Trump's California visit under renewed public and official scrutiny. The security scare comes after previous calls for retaliation against President Trump were made by some figures in Iran following the killing of Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei. Although authorities have not linked this arrest to those calls. The incident also comes as reports suggest the United States and Iran are making renewed efforts to revive diplomatic negotiations despite continuing tensions.
There was a threat. There was a man who was arrested, seemed to be heavily armed near the property here on Sunday. It's an ongoing concern, sir. Talk about that for briefly, if we can.
Well, the only thing I get a little solace from is they say only consequential presidents. And I am definitely consequential. I mean, if you look at the economy, if you look at what's happening, Iran, as an example, will never have a nuclear weapon. They already can't, but it's going to be formal. The Strait's going to be open very soon, or they're going to get hit very hard, and then the Strait's going to be open. And we were going to a tremendous attack, the biggest since World War II. And they called me and said, very politely, please, can we talk? Can we talk? They didn't want. And I said, yes, we can talk. Let's get it done. Finally, let's get it done. This should have been done by other presidents for 50 years. You know, you keep hearing 47, but that's been for 3 years now. It's been over 50 years. Other presidents or other countries should have been able to do this. And I did something that I had to do, because if they had a nuclear weapon, this whole world would be a different place.
If they back out again, are they done?
Well, if they back out again, they're going to get hit really hard. You know, they know that. They understand that. We hit them very, very hard, but the hard hit is yet to come, and hopefully we won't have to use it. I hope we won't have to. We're having very good discussions. They don't like to admit that, but it's a little bit disconcerting. You tell people like you, we're having wonderful discussions, and then some guy will come out of Iran and say, we have not met, we have not. It's just such a lie. All day long, you understand, it's just incredible.
A reported Iranian threat prompted Trump to depart Turkey on a secret flight after the NATO summit. The Iran threat triggered a covert operation to conceal Trump's movements after the summit, according to the New York Times. Trump publicly boarded the former Air Force One in Ankara, appearing to leave Turkey aboard the presidential jet. A U.S. official told the Washington Post that Trump was moved minutes later to a smaller C-32A aircraft. The reported transfer was carried out using an airport catering truck normally used to deliver meals to aircraft. The deception was designed to conceal Trump's actual location from journalists and even some White House staff members. The operation was reportedly triggered by a credible Iran-related threat against the U.S. president, according to the Washington Post. The C-32A carrying Trump reportedly flew to Britain and arrived before the older Air Force One landed there. The older presidential jet arrived with journalists aboard, helping preserve the impression that Trump was still traveling on it. Trump later appeared to leave the older Air Force One, keeping the details of his actual flight hidden. The reported security ruse echoed a 2000 operation when Bill Clinton used an unmarked aircraft as a decoy during a security scare. The reported plane switch came as tensions with Iran escalated and concerns over Trump's personal security intensified. Trump had publicly said he would use the former Air Force One for his journey from Turkey to Britain. The White House has not confirmed the reported secret flight, but it defended the security measures used to protect Trump. A White House spokesman said America's enemies had targeted Trump and that strict security protocols were in place. The reported operation highlights the extraordinary security measures now surrounding Trump as threats follow his international travel.
Upgrade your news experience with the all-new HT app. Download now.